So now I'm to my week 3 Saturday superlatives amongst the running backs. And I mentioned previously in the quarterback video that I am conducting a hype train for the quarterback there, Jake Haener, the former Washington transfer. Well, I guess I'm going to pick up with the running back, Ronnie Rivers, a complete back. I don't know why he's not getting more love and attention, but I think that will change soon. Uh, he had 21 carries, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, also had 3 catches for 26 yards. He can protect in the passing game, he can catch the ball, he runs with speed and power. I don't think he's blazing fast, but he's fast enough. I think we'll be hearing much more of him, and I expect to see him at the Senior Bowl. Shimari Jones, right? Yet another really good running back coming out of Coastal Carolina, right? C.J. Marable's in the league. I believe Shimari Jones will also find his way into the NFL. He had a great game, 16 rushes, 143 yards, 1 touchdown with a long run of 50. And once again, Harvard, right? The Ivy League's playing football now. Aaron Shanklin, Shamplin, right? So there's a P in there. Aaron Shamplin from Harvard had 19 carries, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns with a long of 59. And obviously, it's a level of competition thing to some extent, but he really looked fast. I know he has a track background. I'd love to know what his times would be. Dennis Merritt, right? Had a really good game. 12 carries, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 catches for 63 yards, and a touchdown via his receiving as well. Jalen Warren at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is becoming sort of a running back factory as well, but he had 32 carries for 218 yards. Great game. 2 touchdowns, and showed stuff you love to see: contact balance, leg drive, more than enough elusiveness to make guys miss, but also a lot of power. Here's a name you don't hear that often, right? Eastern Michigan's Juwan Hamilton, 16 carries, 120 yards, 122 yards, sorry, 1 touchdown catch for 19 yards, and of course we all know about Bijan Hamilton. He's almost everybody. He's in everybody's top 5, I guess, and a lot of people I know he's their RB1. He had a good day. 13 carries for 127 yards, also 3 touchdowns and 1 catch for 14 yards. Carolina is becoming another school, and of course for a long time, I remember back in the 70s until the 90s, the longest continuous streak amongst Division I programs with a 1,000-yard rusher at one point was Carolina. They were number 1 for the longest streak. Now that's since been broken, but they're getting it going again. Ty Chandler had 20 carries for 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, and one of those was a long of 60 where he also showed some juice. Another guy I'll be interested to see how he times. Ulonzo, not Alonzo, Ulonzo with a U. Ulonzo Gilliam had a really, really good day at the office, right? Just got it done. 26 carries, 178 yards, 3 touchdowns, also 3 catches for 20 yards. So I don't care who you're playing. If you're doing that, you're doing it. Here's a guy who's been on it every week, and I guess he'll continue because Kenneth Walker III, the Wake Forest transfer, is still setting the world on fire up there at Michigan State. 27 carries, 170 yards, another receiving touchdown. I don't know what to say. I mean, at the very worst, you're looking at a third down back at the next level and possibly more. DeMarcus Ware from Samford, not Stanford, Samford, right? A terrific offense, first of all, they have down there. 26 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns, also had 3 catches for 11 yards. Letty Brown, West Virginia, had a touchdown, 19 rushes, 161 yards, also a couple of catches, 3 catches, I believe, actually, for 35 yards. Iowa always has good running backs, and this year is no different. Tyler Goodson had a really good day. 22 rushes, 153 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 catches for 9 yards. Oh, here's a guy that's really on my radar now. Rasheen Ali, this guy. I'm going to keep watching him. I'm not ready to make a final pronouncement of how much I like him, but I like him quite a bit, and I think I might end up liking him more the more I watch. Rasheen Ali and Marshall, 24 carries, 189 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a catch for 8 yards. Another guy that seems to really show maybe special acceleration, but like I said, I'll keep watching. Eileen Ford at Tennessee Chattanooga. I love to always shout out FCS guys when they deserve it. He deserves it. 21 carries, 128 yards, 3 catches for an additional 15 yards. And last but far from least, Sean Tucker, who looked great again last night. But Syracuse has a really good one. He's just a kid. I think he's maybe just made 19. But 13 catches for 132 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 catches for another touchdown reception. This kid, I've heard people throw out lots of comparisons. I mean, he looks like a little bit like DeLon Carter, but not quite as big, who of course went to Syracuse. But, I can see a lot of those sort of squattier backs, Bob Carpenter, Robbie Carpenter, or Robert Carpenter, whatever his name is now, the son, the younger Carpenter, who played with the Cowboys, and I think also the Giants, mentioned that he was reminded of Ahmad Bradshaw. There's a lot of those types of backs you can compare him to. He's, Dominique Rhodes, but I think he's faster than most of those guys. But those are my running back superlatives for week 3